Welcome back to another Purple Rain Report. Once again, welcome back to I think probably our second live Purple Rain Report. I think our first one was a Roquan Smith, but now we're here with another Purple Rain Report to talk about all things Ravens and Super Bowl. So
Yep.
thank you for coming through. Once again, you can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. Follow this guy on Instagram, on Twitter at Sundef. Follow me on Instagram at simplyas10.pred and on Twitter at simplyas10. And most importantly, the sponsor, Manscaped. They got some new little things coming out. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
too much. I will not say too much. But they have some new, products coming out. So if you are interested, you want to buy one of them, use code PRP 20% off and free shipping.
Yep. That's always the kicker, that free shipping. Use that code PRP, 20% off plus free shipping. Like my guy Simply Is 10 said. Welcome back, everybody, to this episode of the Purple Rain Report. Live edition. We normally don't do this, but hey, look, didn't go live yesterday. We wanted to check in with you guys today. J Prime 235 is in the house, says hello, everyone. Hello,
Always
J
coming through,
Prime.
J Prime. Thank you.
Always coming through, man.
Thank
I
you.
mean, we might as well just go ahead and make him a Purple Rain pioneer, man. I mean, always stamp it. There it is. Boom. Shout out to J Prime 235, man. We love you, man. We appreciate you. All right. So, for those of you guys who aren't watching this live, which I assume will probably be most of you guys, and you're part of the hashtag replay gang, thank you guys so much for coming out to this episode. Make sure you like the video. Everybody, just take a second to like the video. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Go ahead and do that. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button too, because we got a lot more content coming for you. Listen, we know it's the off season. Pretty much officially in 2 weeks, it'll be the off season. And we got what, 6 months or 7 months without football. So
Yeah.
you would probably expect us not to be posting, but we're still going to post. You guys know what we do in the off season. We still come at you guys with live streams. We want to chop it up with you guys. We talk about different stuff. A lot of big UFC fights coming up soon, Alex. I don't know if you're aware. John Jones is
Um,
coming back. I want to talk to you
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
And it's funny about UFC because I'm drinking their old sponsor, Body Armor, right now. They're done
Mm,
with Body Armor. I don't know if you saw that. They're
I did not know
with
that.
Prime. They're with Prime with Logan Paul's and KSI's drink now. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I
So
didn't know.
that
I didn't know Logan Paul and KSI were in business.
yeah,
I guess
it's
that would make
funny.
sense though.
Their Prime is also they sponsor my favorite soccer team. Like
Hmm.
it's insane. I didn't know Prime was this big. I've heard nothing but kind of bad things. How it's very sweet. So I need to try it out because I've heard good like bad things, and it can't be that bad if they're getting sponsored. So let's see that.
Yeah.
But
Well, you
yeah,
let me know when you try that out. But yeah, man. So we got a couple things to get into for this episode of the Purple Rain Report. As you guys can see in the title, will the Ravens make a big signing with this increased salary cap? So as you guys know, the salary cap has been increased from the NFL. The news just came out, I think, a day or two ago to $224.8 million per team. That's up how much? How many million from last year, Alex? Do you know?
I'm not sure off the top of my
That's
head.
a
I'm
lot.
looking into it now to see the actual difference. So if I get it, it is up from 208 million. So it's up, about 16 million.
Yeah, I mean, so
16.4.
it's
16.6.
looking like teams are going to have a little bit of more spending room this offseason. So we got to get into how this affects the Ravens, how it impacts the Ravens. We all know what the Ravens, should do, right? With that extra money. Either, I mean,
Yeah.
package that into a deal with Lamar or go out and get a big name wide receiver. You know what I mean? One of the two. It's looking like it might be looking like franchise tag time. Just the fact that we've gotten no news, no sort of developments at all on the contract situation. And the Ravens season has been over for a couple weeks now. So that kind of tells me in itself, because when teams really want to get something done, they get it done like that. It's quick, you know. But
Yeah.
when there are like struggles underneath behind the scenes, it does take a little bit longer, especially with the Ravens, as we know. It's looking like probably franchise tag for him. But the question is, are we giving him the non-exclusive franchise tag, or are we giving him the exclusive franchise tag,
Yeah.
Alex?
I don't know if you saw it, that Ian Rappaport was on the Pat McAfee show today.
No, I
And he
didn't see it.
mentioned it would be he mentioned it would be the exclusive franchise tag, which
Really?
is good news
Okay.
for Ravens fans. Very
Yeah.
good news, which means no other team has a shot at him, to try to sign him. We could trade him, but hopefully that's not going to happen. Hopefully. But I think it's good news, and it just gives us more time to work out a contract. I mean, that's kind of the first hurdle. Okay, so we're going to do the exclusive franchise tag. From then, we're going to try to sign you.
Yeah.
So that was kind of news that came out today.
Now,
2 hours
check
ago.
this out, though. Check this out. I did not know that until just now when you told me. But
Okay.
I'm reading a tweet from at Ravens Salary Cap. You guys know Brian McFarland on Twitter. He's really good following all things Ravens Salary Cap. He was saying that the exclusive tag that we just found out from Ian Rappaport that is probably going to be placed on Lamar Jackson, the exclusive franchise tag, that number would be around the $45 million range for this year, this upcoming season. So that basically means that Lamar Jackson gets an extra year with the Ravens, making $45 million, making the same amount of money that he would have made if he would have signed a big deal the past offseason. You know what I mean? But he gets one more shot at it, though. One more shot. I think that's great news, is it not? $45 million?
I don't think he'll play on it.
He's not?
I think he wants long term, and I don't blame him. We saw this year got hurt, and then look at the reaction when he did get hurt. People saying he's not a team player, he's not this, he's not that. I don't think he'll. I mean,
but the exclusive franchise tag means that we have the rights to his contract still, right?
Correct.
For that year. So you're saying that he's just going to sit out that year and not play football at all?
I think that would be a real possibility.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Alex.
But Steve Bisciotti did not win drama. And what is this leading to? Drama. I mean, the front office has nobody to blame but themselves.
Here's the thing, though. Like, if that were the case, if they wanted to, put him on the exclusive franchise tag and, he sat out, I just don't know why not put him on the non-exclusive franchise tag, offer up the 30-something million that it would be, and then just basically call the rest of the league's bluff and say, hey, you guys are not going to come take our guy off of us, so we're going to give him this franchise tag. I just don't understand, like, from Lamar's point of view, he loves the Ravens, he wants to get paid. He's literally getting a one-time deal for both of those things to happen in the next season. And when I say love the Ravens, I mean like staying with the Ravens.
Fully guaranteed.
45 mil, fully guaranteed. And you get to stay with your squad for another year. You get to run it back. And hopefully they bring in, a DeAndre Hopkins, some other receiving weapons like they said that they were going to do. And let's run this back one last time, once and for all, right? That would just make the most sense to me.
I would hope so.
If I'm Lamar.
Honestly. I mean, so yeah, D3 says he increases value from 23 mil to 45 million. 100%. That's a $22 million pay rise in a year.
Yeah.
You're damn near doubling what you made. I just hope they just get a deal worked out with, because we can't afford to pay somebody $45 million by themselves fully guaranteed for a year. We only have $27 million right now. We'd have to have tons of cuts, people retiring, trades, all that. Definitely would not help the team out, but they put themselves in this position. I feel like.
Yeah,
I mean, I look at the Eagles. You look at the Eagles; they're about to extend Jalen Hurts. The Bengals are about to get Burrow, who is on his third year of his rookie deal, not even in his fourth or fifth year. And what were the Ravens going to do?
Black Daniel says, I believe they will get the deal done.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers are crossed. Fingers are crossed. The way it's sounding right now, like you said. Now, how did Ian Rappaport, how did he word that? Did he say, like, if they do decide to give him the franchise tag, that's the one that they're going to go with, or if they're definitely giving him the exclusive franchise tag? Like, that, he said, I want to know, yeah.
It sounds like it. Let me go back to the video, and I can try to reiterate it.
Okay. But yeah, because that would be the most interesting to me, because if that's huge news, that would be groundbreaking news. I feel like that would have came through to my phone if, word broke that the Ravens were placing the exclusive franchise tag on Lamar Jackson officially. So it sounds like that maybe it's like if they do place the franchise tag on him, they're going to do the exclusive one. That's the word on the street.
So I just watched. He says his sense is it will be exclusive, but he said we're definitely going to tag him.
Definitely going to tag him.
And Melissa just says it. What I literally just say. Yeah, he said he senses it. So thank you for saying that. So I didn't pull it up out of my rear end. He said that. So
Okay. He
yeah.
said he senses it would be exclusive. Okay. What's going on, Boz? My Boz in the house. That's Yo Ran Gang. Salute to you, bro.
How's it going,
What's
boss?
going on? Let me see. Easy E says here at 45 million, I don't see the Ravens paying Lamar at that amount. I see the Ravens trading him or signing long term, not on the franchise tag amount. And that's where I was thinking, hey, they would probably offer the non-exclusive franchise tag and basically call the bluff of every other team in the league. So we're talking teams with, that are going to have a lot of cap space to spend. The Giants, the Falcons, teams that might be desperate for a quarterback or might be unsure about their quarterback situation at this
Yeah.
very given moment.
The
Um,
Niners.
hey, maybe the Niners. They're a Lamar Jackson away from a Super Bowl. Like, to be honest with you, bro, if they had Lamar Jackson, I don't even want to talk about that.
I'm glad
But
you
look,
see it. Thank you.
but exactly. So like, I don't. It sounds like since Ian Rappaport said, Rap Sheet came out and said that they're definitely going to tag him, definitely going to give him the exclusive deal. That's $45 million right there. That's a win-win for Lamar Jackson. That is more than a net positive. That is an absolute big badass W for Lamar Jackson, if you ask me. Because like you said, it's brilliant. He had a $20 million pay raise in 1 year. Still got to play football. Yeah, he got hurt at the end of the season, but still got to play football. Made his bag from that, and now he's going to go in and make $45 million and get the running back one more time with the team. That's a win. So if that is the case, if that is 100% factual, and that's what they're doing, then hey, I think Lamar would take it. I think he should take it, but that's why I'm not Lamar Jackson.
So can I transition to us real quick?
Sure.
I'm gonna sound like one of those Facebook Ravens fans. Well, I think we should let Lamar Jackson go because we have another Pro Bowl quarterback on the team in Tyler Huntley. We have a Pro Bowl quarterback. That was my transition note. I do not believe that, please. That was me being sarcastic. The Pro Bowl now is a joke after seeing that.
Yeah.
Like that man threw 2 touchdowns.
And I'm low-key embarrassed that it's our quarterback.
It is
to be completely honest with you.
It is embarrassing. 100%. All love for Tyler Huntley. Thank you for
love.
Thank you
For sure.
He gave us a shot, I think, to win a playoff game. He had the fumble. I thought he was playing pretty good before that fumble. Want to help us win a game in Pittsburgh, him and Anthony Brown. But for the NFL, bro, that's a joke. The NBA would never let that fly. MLB would not let that fly. And then there's NFL.
Yeah. They got to really do something different with the Pro Bowl. And now I know that they're transitioning into this whole flag football thing, and I don't know how that's going to look or how that's going to work, but nobody's going to be watching it. The key at the end of the day is you want viewership, right? You're paying millions of dollars, billions of dollars for that TV spot on Sunday. It's going to be on CBS or Fox or whatever it is.
Yeah, one of them.
And no one's really going to be watching it. The ratings are going to be so fucking low. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. So I don't know what they really expect. Maybe they'll try to incorporate, more of the skills challenge into the main part of it. I've always thought that that's what they should do, like little mini contests and really blow those up and, do that sort of thing. But nobody, even the players, don't take it seriously anymore,
No.
So
I mean, even last year, it was literally 2-hand touch. We had Alvin Kamara get arrested in Las Vegas during the Pro Bowl. Now, I saw the good news about this. Since he made the Pro Bowl and he is an unrestricted free agent, we could get a comp pick for him if he does get signed. That's good news. I'll take that. Tyler being a Pro Bowl quarterback, it does open if we were to, I think, hold on to him and trade him. But I think everybody knows he's not a Pro Bowl quarterback. Like he threw for 2 touchdowns the whole season.
Yeah.
That I just don't know how he got to this point. I really don't know. I mean,
me neither. It's like a super technicality. I mean, who else was there in the pool? Like
Derek Carr made it. It's
Carr. It's
Lawrence, and Huntley.
Like you're telling me no other AFC. What happened to Justin Herbert? What's wrong with Justin Herbert?
Herbert's getting surgery.
Okay, Herbert's getting surgery.
I don't know why Burrow isn't going. Obviously, Mahomes is in the Super Bowl. Allen's hurt. Lamar's hurt.
Wait. What happened to Allen? You don't
probably
know,
from taking all those. Probably from taking all those hits.
I think they're hurt. I think they're just butt hurt. I think it's just
They're
like,
hurting one. They're hurting one way. I think you're right. I think that's going out that sad.
yeah,
Due to an injury. That's all they said. Didn't say
mm,
what it was.
right, okay, right. Now we got Tyler Huntley backing him up, starting out there.
Tyler
I
Huntley in the
guess, man.
in the dodgeball at the Pro Bowl. I'll be tuned into that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see what the fuck happens with that, man. It's just a shit show nowadays. Okay,
Yeah.
let's transition into the conference championship. Obviously, we didn't go live yesterday. We're going live right here, right now. So we're going to talk about what we took away from those two games on Sunday. So the first one, Eagles and 49ers, man. The Eagles have been looking like world beaters throughout basically this entire season. I would say the
Yeah.
playoffs, they've been stomping teams, dude. Stomp the Giants, stomp the 49ers. Now, given the 49ers quarterback situation, we all know what happened there.
Yeah.
But the Eagles are looking really good, man. What did you take away from that game?
Jalen Hurts this season is 16-1 as a starter. His only loss was a Taylor Heineke, which is insane to me. The Eagles right now, I think, are the best team all around. I mean, give me a weakness on the Eagles. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, they really don't have any weaknesses. They don't.
Like,
I mean, they have good receivers.
yep.
Their run game is sufficient enough. Miles Sanders has been balling. Boston Scott's got touchdowns in the last like two of the last three games.
Oh,
Jalen Hurts is Jalen
Gainwell.
Hurts.
Gainwell
Kenneth
was making.
Gainwell showed out,
Yeah.
yeah, in the NFC Championship game. And then you look at their defense. I mean, top two
All
and maybe
around.
not two secondary.
All
The
around.
front seven is just crazy. It's all around, exactly. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I was rooting for the Niners, but at some point you just got to understand that just the Eagles were the much better team. I think even if Purdy stayed healthy, it was going to be hard for them to beat them. And Hassan Reddick, what a free agent acquisition he was.
Yeah.
Oh my! I think he's at 22 sacks for the season. He took over that first half to the point where the Niners were never going to come back. Like he was the fumble, the recovery, sacks, doing it all. I don't know. I guess Greg Roman must have been back at the Niners because they had a backup tight end blocking Hassan Reddick.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not going to
yeah.
work. Yeah, that's
Not gonna
not going to
happen.
work.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eagles look like the most complete team in the league, and I think they should be getting a lot more respect. And if I haven't seen the respect. I mean, I'm talking, like I said, there's no weakness on their team.
None.
Absolutely none.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, you're right about
incredible.
that.
Incredible.
And it's really like it's unfortunate that Brock Purdy went down so early in that
Yeah.
game for the 49ers. And then, Josh Johnson, who Ravens fans and a lot of other fans across the league for that
Yeah.
matter, know a lot about Josh Johnson. He's quite the journeyman. He's like literally, you look up in Webster's dictionary, journeyman, Josh Johnson's face will be there. So
Yeah.
he looked like a deer in headlights out there. Obviously, really couldn't do anything at all. And it's not. I can't even really say it's his fault. He is what you call a professional backup. He's not the
Yeah.
backup who's going to come in and provide your team with a huge spark and maybe push you to victory. He's the backup who's going to come in and just look like he's played quarterback at least once before in a day in his
Yeah.
life. Like he's that kind of guy. So it is unfortunate what happened, but hey, it's part of the game. And Hassan Reddick was the one who
Yeah.
caused that, that
Yep.
wrist malfunction on
Yeah. UCL, I think.
Purdy. Yeah. Oh yeah, UCL. Yeah. So
Now,
he's out 6 months. I heard.
the one question before I move into the AFC: who had the
Sure.
better throw, James Prochet or Christian McCaffrey? At least Prochet was in the vicinity of somebody. That's all I
Yeah.
got to.
Yeah. I would say Prochet. I guess. I mean, it was in somebody's vicinity, right? I mean, maybe not one of our guys, but hey.
I actually said I was like McCaffrey at quarterback probably gives him the best chance, and then I saw that like yeah, never mind. I mean, it just that game, and then the ejections. Trent Williams just being, I love him, just
Trent
not
Williams.
giving a shit. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. But moving on to the AFC, we actually got a good game, like down to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals Chiefs. We both picked the Bengals, and we were both wrong.
Yes.
But definitely there was some questionable calls. From a neutral standpoint, it was poorly officiated in both games. I'll say that the NFL did an amazing job at picking refs who felt like they had no idea what was going on. Between a punt in the NFC game hitting a wire, they stopped the game for a couple of minutes, and then the AFC with the whole replay on third down. Yeah, that was very ugly. But the AFC game, I'm gonna start with it. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, really no debate, and Burrow is
Yeah,
probably number 2. I think that's how it should be the whole offseason. I don't see how anybody can argue with that because that game showed me a lot from both of them.
yeah. I mean, honestly, you're spot on with that. Mahomes is number one, and Burrow is not far behind him. Now, Mahomes, what he was able to do out there on a bum ankle was just absolutely incredible. I'm talking like jumping touchdown passes. I'm talking like scrambling for the first down at the very end of the game to put your team in field goal position on a bum ankle at the very end of the game. You've been playing on that ankle for the past 3 hours, rehabbing it for the past week. You just played on it for 3 hours against grown men professionals who are trying to take your head off. You're going to
Yep.
scramble for what, 12, 15 yards to get the first down and
And
then draw the penalty too. Like it just does not get any better than that, man. It doesn't get any better than that. Now, of course, like I said, we both, like you said, we both picked the Bengals. We were dead wrong about that, but they did make it close, though. They did make it close. That throw from Burrow to Jamar Chase, that double cover throw, like, oh my goodness,
that
like,
touchdown of T. Higgins.
yeah, it's just special, man,
That's why you
special.
go out there and get and here's the thing, like we say how like we needed receivers, then Mahomes just has literally Marquez Valdez Scantling and wins the game, it feels like. Juju
Yeah,
was hurt, McCole Hardman was hurt, Kelsey was playing with back spasms. He had Sky Moore out there, a rookie from Western Michigan, wearing a receiver wearing number 24, okay?
yeah,
Backups, and he still got it done. Like I just don't know how you even stop Mahomes at this point. Even when he has fourth, fifth, sixth string guys out there, he still wins. Andy Reid still's cooking something up. And also, we did interview Eric Bieniemy, or we are interviewing Eric Bieniemy. We didn't talk about
yeah.
that. That's
No,
something
yeah,
too.
that is something.
Um,
That is something.
I do want to give a shout out to their defense. They were out their number one defensive back and still got interceptions off of Burrow, who doesn't make many mistakes. That's how you
Right.
beat them. You got to capitalize on those mistakes, and they did. And Chris Jones had the game of his life. Shout out to him.
Yeah, had 2 sacks, 2 big sacks in that game. Um, Now, I guess we can kind of use this to transition into our early preview of the Super Bowl, which will obviously be Eagles versus the Chiefs. How do you see this one playing out? Like, I know we haven't really had a whole bunch of time to think about it yet. It's been about 48
Yeah.
hours now. But me personally, this is just, how when they say styles make fights, right?
Yeah.
When you're going up against like or like the other saying, what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what this is. An unstoppable force is the Chiefs. You cannot stop Patrick Mahomes, no matter what. We've seen it bum ankle, no receivers, doesn't matter. They're going to score points. An immovable object is the Philadelphia Eagles defense, man. I mean, I think they've allowed less than 20 points this total playoffs, I want to say. Something like that. So, hey, like it's going to be a hell of a game, but how do you see it playing out?
I think it's too early for me to give my uh
Your official
um
prediction.
yeah, because there's still I do have unknowns. I know Willie Gay from the Chiefs is hurt. I mean, he's their best linebacker. If he doesn't play, that's a huge loss. Um,
Mm,
I can see this going to the wire too. I hope this is close. I don't want a blowout. I would love a close game. I do think these are probably the two best teams left. I mean, they're both number one seeds. I couldn't see how it could be any better. Um, and especially Mahomes' health too. He took a couple of hits. They say he's going to be fine. Obviously, he'll play, but how healthy will he be? Because he needs to scramble. Because I don't know if you guys watch it. Orlando Brown was getting cooked on that left side, and I mean
mm.
cooked, and he had to move around a little bit. Um, but I guess for me, first glance, this will probably change. Eagles 31-27. It'll probably change, but yeah.
Eagles 31-27. And that is not a bad score prediction. It's just I don't know. I kind of want to like put money on the Chiefs, man, but
Oh,
at
I
the
want the
same
Chiefs to win. I'll be honest. I
yeah.
do.
Do you really?
Yeah, Willie Gay. I made a video for him, their linebacker. If he plays, I
Oh,
want him
okay.
to win. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I really don't mind who wins, but
Yeah,
for this
honestly, I
one,
mean,
I think that the Eagles, they just like we said, they're better all around. They're
yeah.
better all around, and your weaknesses get highlighted, in the playoffs, especially as the playoffs goes on, like deeper and deeper in the playoffs. I mean, we saw a couple of years ago what happened to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl when they went in there and their offensive line could not handle the defensive line of the Bucks. And I feel like it could be kind of like a similar thing going on in this Super Bowl, and then also with the Eagles controlling time of possession, Mahomes might not be getting the ball as many times as, he might have liked to. So my early prediction right now is going to be on the Eagles, but like you said, it could change because, like you said, you just never know with Mahomes and company, man. Like they can pull a rabbit out of a hat like it's nothing. So
Yeah, I mean, especially like if Juju doesn't play, if McCole Hardman doesn't play, I think, no disrespect, like I'm not trying to slander, Mike Hilton, Eli Apple is completely different to Darius Slay and James Bradbury. Like
yeah,
it's night and day in cornerbacks. So if you have these fourth, fifth string guys, they're not going to get space against them. They're not going to hold against them. They don't need to. They're just, I think they're probably the best corner duo, top two, top three. The Bengals out right there is probably middle of the pack. So that could be the difference. And then also, one thing I'm looking at is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts did not play well against the Niners, and they
no,
still put up 31 points. Or 30, however much it was. 31, I think, 31-7.
I think it was 31. Yeah,
Yeah, that's unreal. So,
yeah, only 121 passing yards, like it,
right.
but didn't need it. Team
Yeah.
was just playing that efficiently, and that's what happens when you have a good football team, right? So, but let me see what you guys are saying in here before we go ahead and wrap for this episode. Chike says I'm going 2024 Eagles with Jalen Hurts winning in a 1-minute drill. Okay. Are we going a definite Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown in this one?
Rushing, or I wouldn't be surprised at rushing. I've already looked at some
Rushing, yeah.
the MVP bets on FanDuel. I don't know why, but if the Chiefs were to win, I wanted to put something on Kelsey because I feel like this is his last, hoorah. Definitely getting up
Yeah.
there in age, definitely getting banged up. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if this was his last hoorah, but I would put on the Hurts anytime. Yeah, I would.
Hurts anytime. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Go Man says I don't care who wins, they can't beat the Ravens. That's the spirit.
I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah. Let me see. Sharon Gross says 49ers is where Lamar would shine. Go win 4 to 5 Super Bowls with the 49ers. They have the perfect team for Lamar Jackson. Weapons all over the place. That is true, though.
I can't agree with you anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if he were to leave, that's where I would like for him to go. I think Kyle Shanahan is an offensive guru. Hell, I want us to get one of the guys on their staff to come and be our OC. They already have Debo Ayuk. I mean, Kittle is disgusted. I think he deserves more. Yeah.
Can you imagine with Lamar Jackson with a tight end the caliber of George Kittle, which is basically parallel of Mark Andrews, if you ask me. And then having like somebody like Debo Samuel, he can get easy throws to, and you can also just take the yak, take the top off of the defense after the catch. That's crazy. And then with a Christian McCaffrey back there too, and that defense, it would be lights out.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
It would be lights out. It would be
okay.
over.
Cool. McCaffrey's tired. Elijah Mitchell.
Yep.
Okay.
No problem.
And then the defense is obviously disgusting. I think they could use better corners, but their front seven, Warner and Greenlaw, probably the second best linebacker duo behind Queen and Roquan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I might be biased. Could be possibly. And then they got good safeties. I mean, they're just such a good team. Yeah. But the picks is where it would come in because they don't have that many picks because the whole Trey Lance trade and all that. But now they have 4 quarterbacks on that. They have Jimmy G, Purdy, Trey Lance, and then Josh Johnson. So
yeah. So that is going to be our early predictions for this Super Bowl. Obviously, as it gets closer, we'll be covering it more and more. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Purple Rain Report. Thank you guys so much for coming out to this impromptu, I know, a very early episode of the show. Thank y'all for coming out. Again, you can follow us on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast, like you see down below. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. You can follow this guy over here on Twitter at SimplyAs10, on Instagram at simplyas10.prod. Most importantly, do not forget to go to manscaped.com because that is our sponsor for the Purple Rain Podcast. You can use our code PRP on anything that you order on the website. They just came out with a new beard hedger. All my guys, all my fellas out there listening with a beard, you wanna get it trimmed up nice and
Like
clean cut.
his. Come on
You
now.
know what I mean? So go on
I'll say it.
manscaped.com. PRP, 20% off. Thank you, Alex.
Yes.
And your Manscaped order, and you get free shipping too. So with that being said, thank you guys so much again. I'm gonna let my guy Alex take us out.
Thank you for coming through. Like he said, to this, it's just out of the blue, Purple Rain report. And like Yolanda says, when you're walking out the door, hit that thumbs up. You just it's like leaving, and just thumbs up. That's all we need. So thank you for coming through, and as always, stay positive, test negative. One more
And
thing.
never, ever, ever, ever forget to call God. It's been another episode of the Purple Rain Report. We're gonna catch you guys